So my name's Steven Hernandez. I teach at Oliver Street Elementary School, which is in Newark, northern New Jersey. I teach 7th grade English, and I'm originally from Uptown Manhattan, which is a similar area to where I teach now. Alumni and sports fans will be. When I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, but I was told that they didn't pay well. So by the time I got to college, I didn't pursue that at all. I pursued criminal justice, and then I changed to political science. I was going to go off to law school, try the political thing. When I graduated, I began to apply for jobs. Must have applied for about 80 jobs in a month, and one of those jobs happened to be Teach for America. I also applied for another company which got back to me fairly quickly. So I was in the interview process for both of them at the same time. The other company offered me $25,000 more at my starting salary, and a car as well. But when I really thought about what was more meaningful, I realized that even though the other company paid more, it definitely wasn't going to be something that was sustainable as far as my happiness. So I decided to teach and give back to kids that came from a similar background that I did. Teacher changed my life, my junior year of high school. So I'm hoping, and I hoped that I could do the same, and so far I have. And I've got the evidence for it. Kids come back and talk to me, so it was worthwhile. My specialty is middle school social studies and bilingual. Initially, I was picked up to teach bilingual 3rd graders, and then I got placed in 7th grade English, which I was not prepared for. I didn't train for this over the summer, so I did my best, but I had this feeling inside of me I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing the right thing? Is this even what's best for the kids? And I'd go and ask the teachers, around, hey, can you come and check me out? I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And they'd say, hey, don't worry about it. If you're asking and you care, then you're doing the right thing. That was their advice. No data, no feedback. And I just kept working hard and doing my best. I worked really hard. I stayed till 7, 8 at night sometimes. And it paid off because the next year the results came in for the standardized testing, which is one of the only ways that we measure data. And I had about a 94% passing rate amongst my students, which is one of the more highest passing rates in the building in my first year. So despite the fact that I doubted myself, I powered through, and in the end, just giving that effort gave me the results that I needed. My proudest moment actually has been this year. I had a group of my students who got into some pretty serious trouble. I remember getting in trouble. I used to get in trouble a lot as a kid, and I was ostracized and I was embarrassed. And I noticed that the students kind of shut down. So I kind of took them in. I empathized with them, and having that background of being a troubled student up until my junior year of high school, I faced a lot of trouble with the law and with the institution of school. So I was able to relate to them, and I gave them a talk. It's all about. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get up. And I know it got through to them because they were walking around with their head down, and they were kind of embarrassed and ashamed. And since I've been working with them, coming from that place, I definitely have seen a big improvement. They're participating more. They're more energetic. It's kind of like what's in the past is in the past. So that's definitely been one of the biggest successes that I've had since I've been a teacher. I think one of the most important things that I feel that core members should focus on is staying positive. In this line of work, there's a high demand for a lot of things, whether it's your administrator, lesson plans, updating your bulletin board, refining your lessons, grading homework. And it's very easy to get overwhelmed and become negative and engage in negative conversations with people. It's very important to maintain positive, be positive. At best, stay out of those conversations. But if you can, step in and say something. Say, hey man, let's tough it out together, or hey, it's worth it, or just find a positive reason to keep going. The other thing is that work-life balance, that mind, body, soul. If you have person of faith, make time for your faith. If you like to work out or train, make time to go and train, because you can always refine your lesson plan. You can do it for hours, but make that time for yourself, for your family. Draw a line. Say, I'm not working past 6 today. I'm going to spend some time on some other things. You need a balance every day. Otherwise, you'll burn out. So find that balance and stay positive.